And we are live.
Hello and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the YouTube Saints, this special post-Thanksgiving pre-Christmas show. We are the YouTube equivalent of a sandwich filled with leftovers and sloppy seconds. So, welcome. I'm Wizard of Cause. As always, I'm here with Jeff Holiday. That band you guys heard just now, that was Bella's Bartok. Actually, sort of friends of the show. Met him last night. Amazing show. Gypsy punk band. A little different. Maybe not for everyone, but definitely worth checking out. Links are in the description. Yeah, it's just fun shit. I almost got dancing. I almost danced.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Right? It takes a lot of drugs these days for me to actually dance. It really honestly does.
Yeah, I just had whiskey and then those in the brass section going, and that was enough for me. But if you guys are interested, there are links down below to check out their channel as well as some of their music, and they've got an ongoing Kickstarter. They're trying to raise funds to actually self-produce their next album. So, you know, it's always nice to get out from under the boot heel of shitty labels. So go check that shit out. In the meantime, we are here to entertain and inform you as always. How you been, Jeff? How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, Jesus Christ. It was pretty amazing. I went to go hang out with the in-laws. Had a really, really good time. I had, you know, I bonded with Mem's dad quite a bit. I bonded with one of her uncles. I tell you what, her family loves to drink. Whew. To the point where, like, I'm taking it easy tonight, and I'm on I'm on Dayquil stimulants. This is some good drugs right here, man.
Yeah, that was kind of the ephedrine joke I made beforehand. By the way, if anybody ends up feeling the need to send Jeff yellow jackets, I'm sure that he'll put his P.O. box in the description. I can get my own stims. Thank you very much.
How was yours?
It was not bad, actually. It was rather nice. Now, as you saw over the Thanksgiving Eve there, a friend of the channel, friend of the show there, Anata Hearts, came up and hung out. The day after that, actually, Vernaculus came through. We had ourselves a bit of a meetup. I managed to not see any family members, so...
Congratulations, yeah. I guess.
Yeah, well, by some standards, that's a fucking dream holiday season right there. It's like, did you spend any time with family? No, I didn't. I just watched Punisher. That was fun.
But that shit's good though. That shit's good.
Yeah. No, that's probably the best Marvel series Netflix has come out with yet, I'd say. But yeah, got a really nice Thanksgiving plate at the at the pub. Yeah,
had a wonderful traditional like onion rings and jalapeno poppers Thanksgiving dinner.
I was tempted. No, they actually had real Thanksgiving. They had like, we got Thanksgiving plates, fuck ton of turkey and shit that no one ate from my house, and we're serving it here for 10 a plate. I'm like, fuck it, give it to me. That way I can at least feel like I tried to be an American on this lovely day. And then I participated in another tradition of mine, which was completely forgetting Black Friday was a thing and not spending the money I don't have on the crap I don't need.
That's right. So
that's totally right. I'd say all in all, it was pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. I spent Black Friday just like searching deals on my phone and feeling very comfortable doing this, you know. But you know what I used to do during Black Friday though, and this is one of my favorite things to do. I just don't have the time to people watch as much as I used to, but I really like people watching. And so Black Friday, I would pack a bag lunch and I'd wake up really early and I'd go down to the mall. And I'd immediately rush in with everybody else, and while they're all going for the doorbuster deals, I would grab the primo spot on the bench, and I would sit down with my lunch, and I just fucking watch it all take place, and it was amazing. So fun.
You come out of it, and you're like, I still don't really like communists, but I can kind of understand some of their complaints.
I'm starting to get swayed a little bit. I'm swaying, Yeah. Last night we did a meetup up in Seattle. There's wonderful people showed up. Got to meet Sergeant Buck. Super cool guy. Yeah. Met a lot of people, all wonderful people. Billy the Fridge and Ben Pye came out too. And I think they were trying to like, they were alternating between trying to like set me up in a fight/fuck-a-thon with that Joe guy that was on DP. I think they either wanted us to fight or to have like vicious, violent public sex. I couldn't tell which.
You were just down either way, right?
I mean, if I had the time, but I'm a busy guy, and then the other one is they wanted to kidnap me to go to a strip club, but I couldn't do it, so they wanted to kidnap Mems, but she was like 60 miles away, so it wasn't gonna work out. It's too bad.
Proximity is usually like one of the deciding factors in a successful kidnapping, in my humble experience.
Memory is the greatest person to take to a strip club, though. Strippers love that woman. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait. So you did get into your normal shenanigans, like, well, I'm in a different city outside of home. Time to go hit a strip club, right?
No, I didn't get a chance to go. No, unfortunately not. I know.
Now I did actually. It was funny, but it was something I'm pretty sure I'd heard it before, but it never occurred to me. But apparently Thanksgiving Eve is typically the biggest drinking night of the year throughout the country. This is what I'm told. I was told by multiple bartenders and a few of the bar owners, right? And I kept hearing that, and I'm like, you'd think it was New Year's Eve, but then you remember that, like, this is a night in which they're getting ready for a day tomorrow where they already know that their in-laws are there. And not everybody gets along with their in-laws. But, that being the case, the people watching, I will say, on Wednesday night was fucking fantastic. Every bar and club and restaurant was just packed with people pretending that tomorrow wasn't gonna happen. And And as they drown their sorrows and their joys in cheap well drinks, actually my friends and I were lucky enough to actually catch a very swanky sort of balcony-ish spot, so we had a whole view of the dance floor. And my God, I mean, people were so close to just fucking right there on the floor. And I wished I had a more Roman name so I could just pretend I was someone else. Yeah. I was doing that anyway. I do that every day, but with a theme this time, if you catch my drift.
Sure. Well,
so we've had before. Let's jump into the news. We've had a few kindly donations from.
Should we read those first? Let's
go through those first. Yeah, and then we'll get into the news.
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna just give a sly sort of shout out and thank you to Mr. Tickletrunk, who well, he has proven himself to be one of the probably like one of the most dedicated supporters to my channel and sort of this show. And so just hats off to you, even though I'm not wearing one.
Nope, fair enough.
So it's already off. It's been off all day.
Gonna read the super chats. Also let everybody know that we also do use Streamlabs if you don't want Google taking 30% of your money. Just putting that out there. Big Assassin 80 tipped us out a little bit. Thank you very much for the love, buddy. Appreciate you. The Void That Bites tipped us out some rubles. How can one fanboy even harder for the YouTube Saints while talking shit and being generally edgy? I don't know. I really don't know. How can you fanboy harder while talking shit and being generally edgy? Maybe while being also on fire. That might do it.
Yeah. Or on drugs.
Yeah, oh no, that works too. Dangerous being brocialism is taking over the Discord. I got told all about it by Jables Boogly at the meetup. I got to meet Jables Boogly at the meetup too. He's a cool guy. Yeah. Tidy Cats, first time catching the Saints stream live, taking a studying for my VTNE, Veterinarian Technician, national exam tomorrow. Time for study break. Yay. Hey, best of luck with your exam tomorrow, all right? Kick its ass.
And we're really happy that we can actually provide you that study break, because as important as studying is, you gotta take a break from time to time to just have some, turkey sandwiches.
Damn right.
That's what we are. We are the turkey sandwich of YouTube right now. Now, Jeff, lay on some more of that cranberry sauce, shall we? And I'll drag this joke out as long as I can.
That's right. Alex Blackfoot. What'd you say, Nick? I didn't catch that. I'm not sure which one that was.
It could have been anything.
Yeah. Rhino says, come on, guys. African American Friday. That's true. My apologies. My deepest apologies. YouTube. I mean, I know you're down with the pedo stuff and all, but the real enemy here is us being insensitive by calling it Black Friday.
We're being so edgy by using that nasty B word.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard what Spanish say when they're talking about that B word? I don't even want to say it.
Comder Bob says, first time catching the show live. As a retail worker, thank you, Nick, for not shopping on Friday. I hate Black Friday sales. I bet, dude.
I've been in retail, I remember. Although when you do it on commission, you can't get enough of it.
That's true. If you're on commission, it's worth it.
Yeah, which tells me he's not. Sorry, guy.
TK Mao, this is my girlfriend Cindy's first Saint stream. Can I get her a shout out? Hey, Cindy, how you doing tonight?
Hello, Cindy. Yeah, congratulations. There's actually something to do on Sunday night now.
Yeah. Hey. Alan Poe 17. There is no Zool, only Moon Jews. Damn right. Pinkies up, guys. Pinkies up. Berserker 5150 mod Sestra already. Gods damn it. Sestra's not a mod? Why isn't Sestra a mod?
That's about to be changed, right? There we go. Look, somebody, and that was that wrench, right? Wait a second. Did we just both do it?
We did at the same time. It was simultaneous.
Well, she might not be a mod now.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. We'll find out. But that was bought. That was bought and paid for right there. That's probably the most expensive wrench in the YouTube Saints chat right now, so congratulations.
Over on Streamlabs, Dak says the Gulf crisis was inspired by Satan and by that pimp Trump. This has been your Islamic TV quote for this edition of Sunday Saints. Wait, I want to read that one more time. The Gulf crisis was inspired by Satan and by that pimp Trump. That's pretty good.
This has been your Islamic news for the week.
Sergeant Buck says if coconut oil comes from coconuts and peanut oil comes from peanuts, where do trans fats come from? Ooh. I think
that's a little spicy and sweet at the same time.
Spicy.
Just got to make sure to fry it up just right. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
Dr. Squiggums, Have you ever heard about brocialism, broest of all brodialism? It's a brodia of a higher state of being through lifting, getting poontang, and getting hammered with your bros. We all live in the country of Democratic Union of Brocialist States, also hi, Nick.
Well, how you doing, Brad? I'm just glad to know that we actually have like fans who are that dedicated to staying on top of the gains markets to make sure that there's no surplus or shortage of gains that we can all get
Right,
down the line
right.
once we adopt.
The people's
Bro,
gains.
I apparently need to start checking out the Discord more often, huh?
Yeah, well, it's hard to follow even if you do.
Well, no, but people keep saying they're like, your Discord's getting raided. I'm like, I don't know what that means. I don't use Discord.
Whatever.
Yeah, and it's like, and I didn't know there was like a lesser saints church going on from that. I feel so out of touch with my audience, and I used to be so well known for it.
I know.
Oh,
It's a trip.
Another thing for me to get around to eventually.
Yeah, I suppose so. So let's get right into the news.
Yeah, it's some fun / sad news items to report with today.
I think we have a good mix on this. I think you did a good job on
I didn't want to depress the fuck out of the audience. I mean, just like they have to spend 2 hours with me. They don't need other things to help them along. That being the case, though, if I can get this to open up. Yes, thank you, Word, for telling me how that thing works that I already knew about. There we go.
All right, first news story. FCC doubles down on its dead wrong definition of how the internet works.
Now, as many of you guys probably know, over this past week, net neutrality pretty much was eviscerated and then, like, brutally sodomized. All in the name of giving Comcast and such the opportunities to not do all of the things that they were prevented from doing beforehand, but just needed the freedom to not do by choice, I guess. I don't know. So net neutrality is a kind of complicated issue. Most of you are probably somewhat aware of it, but the long and short basically is that we're trying, people have been trying to urge regulators to make sure that the ISPs like Comcast and Cox and whoever you might have get a chance to sort of cherry pick what it is you see and what speeds you get at certain sites and if certain sites are even available.
Right.
No, it's kind of funny because if you sort of reflect upon that in respect to how the rest of the internet itself has been working, when you consider what people like Jack Dorsey and Zuckerberg or Susan Wojcicki, how they like to treat their platforms as private entities upon the internet, well, we see that these corporations, be they ideological or just greedy, they're never really too shy when it comes to choking out bandwidth and choking out subscriptions and access to information. So with this lovely, is part of our Making America Great Again. We're going to, well, the FCC, and I'll just go into the article here. So in May, when the FCC released an early draft of its plan to undo 2015 strong net neutrality rules, and this is the author, I pointed out that its case rests almost entirely on deeply incorrect definition of how the internet works. There can be no mistake about it now that this misrepresentation is deliberate. It's like the government is trying to lie to us?
Weird. That's never happened before.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the agency has reiterated it even in stronger terms in the final draft of its proposal. Now, previously, homeboy here had oh shit, I used the same one. Never mind. But yeah, he'd previously even written about how the FCC was deliberately misrepresenting how the internet works. Now, the way, and I'll just summarize this from the other article. He says, I'm going to list 2 definitions. Which one do you think sounds like what a broadband provider does? 1, the offering of a capability for generating, acquiring, storing, transforming, processing, retrieving, utilizing, or making available information via telecommunications and includes electronic publishing but does not include any use of any such capability for the management, control, or operation of a telecom system. That sounds almost intentionally complicated, I would say.
That kind of does, yeah.
Now,
very wordy, very wordy.
Yeah. That versus answer 2 as to what a broadband provider does. The transmission between or among points specified by the user of information or users choosing without charge in the form or content of the information as sent and received. Kind of straightforward.
Yeah.
Well, this is the problem. Is the FCC with their water buffalo face chairman? This guy kind of looks like a hippo who went on Atkins. Well, they've been misrepresenting what it is what internet service providers do, so that they could jam this forward. Now, in this, the guy does say that it's important. The first being the offering of a capability for generating blah, 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 blah. Now, this is what they're actually trotting out and trying to get you to believe, regulators to believe, legislators to believe that that's what a broadband provider does.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy that, I don't know, what would you prefer? Like shoreline Arizona property, or maybe a nighttime rocket to the sun? I mean, shit. I mean, I could sell you all kinds of things. But long and short is, right now, the FCC has decided to gut net neutrality, and they've decided to do it in a way which not only tries to convince you it's in your best interests, but also tries to do so by redefining things you already understand.
This whole thing, like, net neutrality in and of itself is such a fucking irritating thing to have to deal with, because a lot of this, and has anybody ever been a big fan of the FCC? Ever? Has there ever been a good, viable reason to have the FCC? The standards and practices has always been
I was thinking of a band, sorry.
Yeah. I was
thinking of the Eagles for some reason.
It's always been this, like, ham-fisted fucking morality police in how they, like, judge and dictate what is appropriate for consumption. And when they start getting their dicks into the internet is the problem. The internet, and that's the best way to sum this up, really comes down to which one do you want to have. Do you want this to be an information service or a telecommunications service? If you dictate that the internet is purely just an information service, well, not all information is necessarily equal, and so that they can dictate which information is going to be at a premium and which is not. Now, if it's a telecommunication, then it means it's just simply a matter of communicating between different services, which means all of it has to be basically the same as, well, the telephone, because you're communicating, you're reaching out. It needs to be an open, even. You're gonna pay a premium so you can call your mom at a cheaper rate than you can call your buddy down the street. Like, no, that's fucked up. The internet exists to be free because that's the very loose way that it's built on. And the thing also that fucks this up too is when you start thinking internationally, because where this might just be the American government that's fucking with it, because we have such an overwhelming presence on the internet and itself, and how the internet operates and how many servers we host in our country. If the FCC decides to rip apart net neutrality and allow corporations to do what they're going to do, people who don't live in America, it's still going to fucking affect you. It will still affect you, absolutely, 100%. Just because of the basis for how it works. It's so irritating.
Now, it is a great thing. One of the things, and I actually do, as a writer too, I like this. Because in this article itself, one of the things he says later is, between those definitions that they're arguing about, and the FCC's got this very interesting version, the resulting definition of broadband as enabling users to generate, store, transform, and process their data is absurd.
Right.
It is. As the Internet Engineer's comment points out, like saying it's like saying your phone is a pizzeria because you can use it to order pizza. It's like saying that because you build a road, you are also building all the businesses along that road. It is edge providers like Wikipedia, Dropbox, and even simple websites like TechCrunch. Oh, wait. Hey, look, you greasing those gears there, your own publisher. It's pretty good. Yeah, whatever. That provide the services users request. It is ISPs that carry the data with no change in form between users and those edge providers. The FCC rejects this fundamental idea and substitutes a convenient fiction that upholds its current ambition to reclassify broadband. There is a semblance of plausibility to all of this, but only because of precedents set in times when the internet looked very different. So if I'm going to leave you with anything, I'll ask you this. I've recently commented about how when we got 5,000 channels of cable, you can never find anything to watch. Keep in mind, it's big media corporations who decided to cancel Firefly.
Right.
Yeah, and so when you decide that you're going to allow big corporations with like big money SEO, in this case SEO concerns, to decide what it is that you ought to be seeing for your normal subscriptions and shit, yeah, your internet's basically going to be more boring than basic cable.
Right. There was somebody who said that they're for deregulation of the internet so that the free market will win in the end. Now the problem with that is, and that's a great idea. That's a great ambitious idea if that was possible. But the problem is, and this is the big problem, this is why that doesn't work as a good argument, is very simple. If you want the most open free market you can on the internet, that means you need to have an open playing field. And that means a global open playing field. And as it stands right now, with the massive amount of monopolies we have from cities and states all around the fucking, especially the United States, that have a stranglehold on the market itself, there is no free market for ISPs. That is a pipe dream. That is an absolute pipe dream.
And like if we're gonna look for the motivations real quick, I just looked it up here on just fucking Wikipedia, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting. Following law school, Pai. This is Ajit Pai, the chairman of the FCC, the tip of the spear on this one. Following law school, Pai clerked. Yep, Pai clerked for Martin Leach Cross Feldman of the United States District Court, Louisiana, moved to D.C. He worked for the Department of Justice Antitrust Division, interesting, as an honors program trial attorney on Telecommunications Task Force. There he worked on proposed mergers and acquisitions and on novel requests for regulatory relief following the enactment of the Telecom Act of '96. Now, Pai left the Department of Justice post in 2001 to serve, get ready for this, as Associate General Counsel at Verizon Communications Incorporated, where he handled competition matters, regulatory issues, and counseling on business units on broadband initiatives. Wow, it almost sounds like it almost sounds like, well, just like he said, you know, like if you pave a road, you're responsible for all the businesses there. Well, Ajit didn't even pave this road. He just decided to ride his little bicycle down it as soon as Verizon and Comcast and the rest of those cunts set it out for him. Yeah, it's good to know that swamp's being drained, Donald. I'm glad you were appointed for a 5-year term by the Drain the Swamp president to come out and be the guy who destroys net neutrality when you left the Justice Department to become general counsel for Verizon so that you could help them fight against net neutrality.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ. It's, there are a few cases that are so obviously fucking government manipulation into fucking business. This is fucking irritating.
Bilderbergs, man. It's fucking Bilderbergs and the goddamn Illuminati. Fucking globalists. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on. Fuck it. Jesus Christ. That actually got me more fired up than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a bothersome issue.
Yeah. Next up we have man plans to launch himself in homemade rocket funded by flat earthers. I don't believe in science, said limo driver Mad Mike Hughes. This fucking madman right here.
He's an idiot, but I love him.
So before we look at the update real quick, a self-taught rocket engineer who claims he believes the Earth is flat plans to launch himself nearly 2,000 feet in the air on a homemade steam rocket this Saturday. Mad Mike Hughes, a 61-year-old limo driver, told the Associated Press that he'll be lifting off over the California ghost town of Amboy, traveling about a mile at 500 miles per hour, reaching 1,800 feet in altitude, and then exiting via parachute. Research flat Earth. That's yeah. Oh, you follow that dream. The amateur rocket scientist has been making national headlines not just for the stunt, but for his self-professed bizarre attitude towards science given the circumstances. For one thing, his primary sponsor in his endeavor is reportedly a group called Research Flat Earth. Photos that Hughes has posted on Facebook shows the word Research Flat Earth painted in large letters across the bright red rocket sides. I don't believe in science, Hughes told AP. I know about thermodynamics and fluid dynamics and how things move through the air, about the certain size of rocket nozzles and thrust, but that's not science. That's just a formula. There's no difference between science and science fiction.
Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be engineers.
Well,
Much love to the engineers. Yeah.
Well, a homemade rocket built by someone who claims to not believe in science seems a little alarming. Hughes does have some experience under his belt. In 2014, he flew a manned rocket more than 1,000 feet over Winkleman, Arizona. No shit. Wow.
How about that? I do love, though. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like it reminds you maybe you don't need to worry that much when people are like, "Why is flat Earth a thing?" It's like, better question: why are flat earthers the kind of people who want to stuff themselves into homemade rockets and shoot themselves a mile into the sky?
Yeah, that's really fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So let's see. Here's this video on the webpage. I have it muted so we can talk over it. Of his manned rocket flight. Does it actually show him like going on? I guess it does.
Oh,
let's look at this.
That's some good shit.
Wow, yeah, that crazy asshole launched himself in the air with a rocket. What the fuck? What's wrong with this parachute? It's janky. What is wrong with this dude? Who would do this?
A flat earther.
His parachute is full of holes.
Let's remind ourselves, like, you've got to be the kind of man who really just has his shit together. Yeah, I mean, granted, that does look like a newspaper you might find blowing down a city street on a windy day.
Holy shit!
But yeah, I mean, this guy's clearly got his shit together, man. He sees the world for what it is, which is primarily flat. But in addition to that, it's a place where, like, your dreams can be your realities if you're...
Oh, man.
Retarded enough?
I guess. Update, November 25th. Hughes has had to postpone his planned launch for the time being. Hughes said he was unable to obtain the required permits to launch on public land, but now plans for it to take place sometime next week on private property. There was also a reported story that, like, his truck broke down while he was driving it or something like that, and that's why it was, but who knows? Yeah. Who knows what it was.
Yeah, and all that money that went into his, like, his awesome steam engine probably bankrupted him to the point where, like, he couldn't make his truck payment, so they came and repoed that shit. It's like, well, did they take the rocket? Well, no, and I was kind of thinking of taking the rocket over to the impound yard to get my truck back. Well, it sounds like you've got a plan. I like this. I like this guy.
You can't write comedy this good. This is amazing.
No. Yeah, I mean, this is the funniest thing too. Like, if we could just make him a Florida man, it would all make sense. Like, oh my God, this is why we don't let Florida man get an education in basic engineering. Why not? Because he'll make a steam-powered rocket that, like, the biggest problem with will be, like, a fucking Department of Lands and Titles or something will show up and be like, nah, you can't shoot that thing here. Huh. Well, fuck.
Fuck, Jesus Christ. Berserker said to mod Sester already, goddammit, we did. Phil Farkley, well, it was either this or do something productive, but it's Sunday night, so F it. Goddamn right. Fuck yeah. Spectacular Wanderer, for the first time ever, I'm stuck at work and missing the Saints. Take my overtime money and remember me fondly. Hashtag Wabinski out. Hashtag Wizard in. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
That's a good one. That's like one of the best I've seen recently, because I think I get the reference, but maybe I don't.
No, I think I got it too. Nicholas Reynolds, Black Friday is a ploy to fool idiots. It's all outdated TVs from a year or 2 years ago, and release models of video game consoles with low memory. That's true. That's very true. Evelyn Lund Goldstein, Brocialism and Trapistan is a Moonju conspiracy to turn our fucking traps straight. Don't ever let the traps go straight. Bad idea.
I don't like this.
Real bastard.
This partisanship within, like, the diaspora going on. It's not good.
I know. You guys in the Discord need to learn to live together. You really do.
Otherwise, it's gonna be it's gonna be a pure years of lead shit. Really. It's gonna be like the traps versus the bros, really.
We're gonna have like a Rwandan genocide in the fucking Discord.
Oh Christ! I think I actually just started it by coming up with the idea.
Probably. Creole bastard. If you lose your virginity to a communist, do you technically lose it to everyone?
Have you ever been with a communist chick? Odds are good you do.
Ooh. If you
At least.
if you've ever been with a communist chick, you're definitely sharing something with everybody.
Yep, there's a very communal spirit to those clinic visits, I'll say.
Damn. Alex Blackfoot, the Flat Earth Society has members all around the globe. All around the globe. Serete Cucci, in the words of Salvi Eric, ain't no Planet X coming because there ain't no space, because there ain't no globe Earth. Or my personal favorite, the Flat Earth Society has members all over the globe. It's true.
Mm-hmm. You know, I have to wonder sometimes, like I see that, and it's... For a while, I was thinking, oh, that's got to be just a troll post by somebody, right? But then I see, no, well, there's like, what do we get? What's the story we just reported on about? Oh, yeah, a flat earther wants to fire himself at 500 miles an hour in a rocket, reaching 1,800 feet in altitude, which, by the way, as Sester pointed out, my math might not be right on this, but he wants to go 500 miles an hour so that he can go a mile up.
I think so, yeah. That's fast.
That's a little too fast for a human body, I think.
It might be. It might be.
I'd guess without a pressurized environment. But hey, what do I know? I'm not. I don't even know. I'm just some dickhead who believes in science.
It's got pop.
Like
Dragon. Dragon of the West can't use PayPal. Add more pay options to Streamlabs. I know, buddy. I know. Alan Post 17, self-taught rocket engineer, snorts with laughter. I mean, he did it. I don't know how he survived, but he did it. Jables Boogly, wait, you don't believe in the flat Earth? Well, no, but the flat Earth believes in you, my dude. Over here on Yon Streamlabs.
Streamlabs.
Streamlabs. Oh, yeah.
Eine Streamlabs. It's like, well, welcome to the future, where being German no longer sounds evil, it just sounds perverted.
Welcome. Waffelthorpe says, sorry I missed you guys on Wednesday, traveling and such. Much of the Discord stuff gets strange and ridiculous. I might be able to explain it, but I wouldn't put money on it. Probably for the best. But Waffle usually can explain things quite well. You're very eloquent. And Cummy Queen tipped us out very nicely with no comment.
Oh, thank you very much, Cummy Queen.
Yeah.
You did that just so we'd have to say the word, huh? I mean, I'm fine.
Say what word? Cummy Queen?
What word?
I think Cummy Queen.
It's almost like, you know, it's almost like this show of ours has been therapy for Jeff.
It's right on the tip of my tongue.
The word cummies doesn't even really, it just passes through him.
Cummy Queen.
It no longer affects him.
Cummy Queen. Well, you know, through the power of the format, all things are possible. Praise
exactly.
the format.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? I mean, if you guys happen to find in a couple weeks like a self-help book on tape that I put out called "Healing with the Format," you go ahead and buy that for $52. And
that's a hell of an idea. That is a good idea.
Are you saying? Hang on. Are you trying to say? Are you thinking we should get into the life coach business?
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. That's packed, and it's packed with some fierce competitors. Jeff, you know this better than anyone.
I do. I know it quite well.
Mm.
Well, I think we can pack quite a bit. You know, we're very good packers.
Yeah, and the healing can happen after the packing.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's move on to our last news segment. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a good one. Woman raises money for a homeless man who helped her. You want to take this one?
Yeah, I'm just gonna open it up because I fucked with my preferred browser, so I'd like to jump between screens. But yeah, this is actually like I found this in odd news, right? And it's an odd news story, but that's the sad thing is because you see a lot of these kinds of stories, and the fact that it's considered odd by the media makes you wonder what kind of people they think we are.
Right.
So, in Philadelphia, a New Jersey woman who was helped by a homeless man when she ran out of gas in Philadelphia is raising money to help him. Kate McClure was heading to Philadelphia to visit a friend last month when she ran out of gas on I-95. The Florence Township woman... Thank you for that flourish of needless information.
Township woman.
The Florence Township woman... oh, thank you. Could I have her address, perhaps?
Is she a woman
there.
Is she a woman from a township? Ooh.
She seems very generous.
What high breeding!
Yeah. But yeah, so she pulled over and began to worry until a homeless man approached her. The man, whose name was Johnny, told her that it wasn't safe and he bought McClure gas with his last $20.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool. McClure promised she would return to pay him. McClure and her boyfriend, Mark
D'Amico.
D'Amico,
D'Amico.
have since raised $20,000 for the former ammunition technician.
Wow. Oh, so he's
Yeah.
he's former military. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Usually they'd say he was a vet if he was a vet. My guess is he probably worked at a bullet plant somewhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. The pair hope to get Johnny an apartment with and help with transportation. Now,
Aw.
20 grand. Now that won't take you too far in Philadelphia, but it'll take you far enough if you're used to having nothing. And that picture up there, them posing with dude, it's nice because like he's genuinely pleased that like he's like been helped out, but he also it's probably good because here's the thing. I mean, I deal with a lot of homeless here in Manchester. Now, some are the give me what you got, I need kind of things. Usually those are the addicts, but people who are just sleeping rough, living rough, they're not really too keen on like taking your charity. Like they'll take it because they need it, but they're not
Right.
really too keen on doing it. I imagine it's got to feel pretty good when it's almost like a karma kind of thing for the guy. You know,
Sure.
he's like I did the right thing, and
Uh,
this is what I get for it. And you don't get to see too many aspects of that, but it's funny because if you look up stories like this, you find so many of them. Loads and loads of them. People just trying, like, people are helped out by people who are, more destitute than they are. And then those people turn around and try and help these people out spectacularly. And the fact that it's reported so infrequently as like an odd news story, that should be the real news. Let's be honest. Do we really need
yeah.
to know about a toddler who accidentally blew the brains out of their mother with the unlocked shotgun every week? Does that help anyone? I mean, you could say lock your guns up so your kids don't shoot people, right? But with this kind of shit, it's like it's a reminder that like human decency and like a sense of camaraderie does still exist between some of us. It's refreshing.
Holy shit, dude. Okay, hang on. This story is like even crazier. So, Satanic News Network, what's up, buddy? Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Said it's up to 40,000, but actually, I just checked the GoFundMe. This is fucking nuts. It was a $10,000 goal. It is now up to $375,000. Holy shit!
Yeah. I mean, Jesus, yeah. I mean, go ahead. Yeah, fuck it. Like, if people want to
Wow.
raise that kind of money, and you know,
What the
it'd be.
fuck?
Well, dude, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what like I actually kind of want to follow this. So here's the thing, like you guys in the chat, right? I'm drinking my wine. Jeff's sick and on pills, but at least just try and remind me to check up on this. And if you find shit about this, if you find like if you can track the story and you can see where it goes and you can just get a beat on like how the trajectory it goes on, let me know because. I'd find that interesting. If $370,000 can help a lot of people,
Yeah, yeah.
and I gotta wonder, like I mean, like that's a test of character right there. You're like asked out, destitute, right? You help somebody out because it's the right thing to do. They turn around and help you out in a way that just explodes like that. Now, I couldn't say I'd fucking blame the dude if he didn't try and take that money and make it work for him. But I
True.
also am really interested to see if he actually turns around and he's like, well, I don't need like $250,000,
Over.
live. Yeah,
A
let's
third of $1 million.
a third of $1 million. Yeah, exactly. A third of $1 million. Like how many people how many people does he know that he might help out with that? That'll be
Yeah.
really cool to see. If you guys can follow that, show me anything like that develops from it. I would appreciate it because I'd like to actually follow up on this because it's nice to report on something other than Donald Trump being a bloviating dickhead or some malicious cunt out in some bumfuck part of like some random state deciding he was going to shoot up a bunch of people. It's nice to see this shit. Let's hope Homeboy does right.
That's amazing. You never
Yeah.
know. You never know when those random acts of kindness are just gonna come back to benefit you. That's wild shit.
Yeah.
Super
Now I'm just
wild.
checking with our guest right now. Our guest, he's got, he did this fucking, oh God, he did this like, I mean, absolutely absurd thing. He decided he was actually going to like eat dinner with his family.
Weird.
But you know, there's the internet going on, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'll try and be there." So we
Important
will,
stuff.
we will try and get there. But in the meantime, though, now Jeff, did you actually want to mention or reference or talk about the oh well, the funny little thing that we found out with YouTube?
Oh Christ. Yeah. Okay. Let me find a good article for this. Something that we can actually take a little bit of a look at. And so one thing that we kind of didn't, we wanted to talk about it, but we also didn't want to talk about it. We're trying to like figure out the kind of the good balance. We wanted to have fun stories, some important stories. We want to talk about net neutrality, but there is this one thing on YouTube that
Kind of
is extremely trouble. It jumped up on us, and everybody's talking about it. So I'm trying to find a good article for it. YouTube advertisers. So the thing that's weird is, you guys remember the adpocalypse. Adpocalypse happened a while ago because a lot of advertisers were weirded out by the potential. I'm gonna switch over to this while I look for this. The potential of extremist content, Islamist content, right-wing white supremacy content. They didn't want their advertisers on there, so a bunch of advertisers pulled their advertising. It fucked YouTube all up. It fucked all of us up really bad. Probably another big reason why everybody jumped on doing Streamlabs and things like that. And so we're at threat of this happening yet again, because it was found out that YouTube is not policing people putting out content that is effectively like pedo fantasy videos. Yeah.
Now, it's a funny thing to consider, though, because so Wojcicki tried announcing today that they put some new algorithms in place to make shit better, right? Now, this comes right after the same week. What was it? iDubbbz? Was it H3? Did H3 get booted?
H3 didn't, but like
No,
Conan O'Brien
iDubbbz
did.
host of random channels with non-pedo content, apparently,
Right.
were purged. But then it's this whole thing, and it's yet another example of well, it's almost like bringing it back around to net neutrality. It's the question of like, do you really want to leave like the actual trust of the control of how things work in the hands of you know, these private corporate individuals and their teams who apparently make decisions in a very poor and arbitrary manner?
Yeah. Okay. And the other thing too, it's suspect because those types of things happen, and it seems like they don't pay attention to and don't care about the security of their own site. They also tend to treat political content very aggressively and ham-fistedly. But then you have things like this happening, and this is not the first time this kind of shit has happened either.
No.
You know, like, okay, so there's these pedo comments under these videos of like these kids being role-playing, being hurt or abducted, and all sorts of shit like that. And it basically infers it implies that these videos are being made specifically to entice and arouse, you know, grown people who want to see like children in danger or in these like simulated rape fantasies. And it's really uncomfortable. But this isn't the first time. We've been dealing with like the really fucked up kids cartoons with like Peppa Pig fucking injecting like a kid with pee syringes and all sorts of like just disgusting shit constantly. This stuff has been on YouTube for fucking ever, and they don't fucking do anything about it, and it's really fucking disturbing.
You know, it almost seems as though because you know, so most of the bitching we hear about content on YouTube, most of the bitching, the feckless whining, is oftentimes about content like our own, or, you know, to an extent, some less, you know, some other content which is of maybe like harsher or spicier variety. Right? But at the end of the day, that's not generally advocating for harm against anybody. It's not harming anybody. It's not actually enticing any shit like that. And yet so much of this rotten shit slips through. I remember the last time we were dealing with this sort of scandal thing. The whole question was like, okay, so like you'll put ISIS videos up, right? Oh, but criticizing Black Lives Matter, intersectional feminism or something like that'll get you struck. And they clamped down so hard too that when you even started actually going after, for instance, the alt-right, then it was like, no, this is a spicy conversation. It must stop now. And oh, are you so busy with that you missed the fucking pedophiles making like fantasy videos and shit on your website, Susan?
Right. So this is fucking wonderful. I gotta share this too. This is amazing. So, and this is some stuff that people have been sending me on Twitter, and thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. So Benji Voices here. Just got some more screenshots from someone else. Results to have changed a little bit. How to have S, and the auto completion from YouTube is things like how to have sex with your girlfriend, how to have sex with a teacher, how to have sex kids, how to have sex with your kids, with your mom. And then on top of that, if you go down a little bit, Suit Yourself got it from Pornhub, which was how to have meaningful discussion with your significant other, how to have lifelong healthy relationships, how to have constructive conversations about politics, how to have pedophile results not show up in your search bar. Thanks, Pornhub.
That's the weirdest thing with Pornhub, though, right? You look at an average YouTube comment section, and it's always like a whole bunch of flame war, like "you're a horrible faggot," "fuck you, cunt," and all that shit, right? You go to Pornhub, and it's like you'll find a video like "brutal strap-on beating," and like the comments are like, "Anybody got a good recipe for potato salad?"
Yeah, or like, hey, does anybody know how to defeat Windblight Ganon in Breath of the Wild? And people will respond, and they'll be like, well, actually, dude, you gotta make sure you dodge the tornado and hit him with some element arrows. Like,
it's almost
thanks,
like
man.
It's almost like people show up at Pornhub, they just watch their porn, they get off, or they're just watching their porn, and it's in the background. I've known people like that. And then they're like, oh, comment section. I'm gonna get into a conversation. Oh, hey, these people are all really relaxed. How about that? What are you guys into?
I wonder why they're so relaxed.
Yeah, and you go to YouTube, and especially some of the the darker sides of the political spectrum, and you've got a whole bunch of people who probably never get laid at all, let alone actually release, outside of maybe to the concept of an ethno state or some stupid shit like that. And yeah, of course they're like, "Oh, I'm nothing but angry." Like, you should jerk off, dude. Not to this video. I mean, jerk off to a different video, not this one.
Right.
But go find one. So we've got that going on, as we know. So, I mean, if nothing else, this is just further proof that YouTube, despite the fact that it's an inevitable platform we can't get away from, it's kind of fucked. So our guest is now available. He's finished with his Meat World fucking life thing.
Weird.
So, it's the internet, bro. All right, but he is available. I'm gonna bring him into the call right now.
Okay, let's get Hagbard.
Let's get him. And it didn't work.
No. Shit.
I'll try again. Come on now. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You know you want to talk with us. You told me earlier. We are having one smashing night in terms of having our shit all together.
Damn right.
God damn it! I'm trying right now, Hagbard. He's telling me, like, try again. I'm like, I'm trying now. This is why I don't have healthy relationships. I can never actually reach out and make contact with anyone, you know?
So, while we're waiting for Hagbard, and while you're messing around with it, I'm gonna keep up with these.
Yeah, just like change it. You know, by no means go in and change a random vowel in that bizarre link to his channel. Erudite
Fuzz says, research a flat Earth without science. Other words of wisdom: break the airspeed record with a popsicle stick catapult. Damn right. Rebound. German accent no longer sounds evil, but Valley Girl accent is starting to sound like super sinister. Chris Banks, the Pornhub social media person needs to sit backwards in a chair and share some real talk with the YouTube and Twitter teams on how to do their jobs. I don't know if that worked. Actually, that's a good idea.
That I mean, like, it's almost a shame you just picked that comment to read in that voice, because that's just a really good point.
I'm gonna read it again in a better way, because that's a great point. The Pornhub social media person needs to sit backwards in a chair, like, and share some real talk with the YouTube and Twitter teams on how to do their jobs. Agreed, man. Agreed. Over on Streamlabs. We got, oh shit. Earth Mother, the Earth Mother. YouTube saints make my energy spouts quiver and flow. I'm glad all the star children are into this.
I'm just sitting here like, hey, I still got it.
Dr. Skugum says, what the fuck have you guys done? There's now fights on the Discord between traps and bros. You blew it up, you damn dirty normie. Ree!
Okay, so we got a little Planet of the Apes thing going on here.
Leslie says, alright, Ma loves the LSD presents Portal 2. Come watch the epic fail that will be me and Squigs try harding our way through the game after tonight's show. Okay, oh boy. Did we get Hagbard?
Working on it. He keeps saying, just says call unavailable.
What?
Rimshi says, tempted to blame Skype, but it's easier to blame my friend.
Rimshi says, the Discord has survived the JT/LSD clash and the Marxist incursion. We will survive this incident all the same. Too true. And some burnt two turnt says, yummy yummy, I don't have anything in my tummy because I live under Bolshevism. Or Bolshevism. Oh god. Yeah, let me try and add Hagbard. Maybe it takes a woman's touch.
Yeah, and you guys might you might be interested to know, like, sometimes it's not always easy to get like guests for things. Especially guests have earbuds. And
yeah, we're echoing like a motherfucker through Eve, dude.
Shouldn't be anymore.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. Okay. Let's see if I got this set up right.
Yeah, we've had some problems getting guests before, just because I'm an idiot and I go last minute. But I don't think we've ever had a problem getting a guest actually on the show like this.
Oh no, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. I actually bricked my fucking desktop today. I'm pretty sure I overheated the CPU when a fan stopped and I didn't notice. So I'm on my shitty little laptop. That's why.
Everyone, please press F to pay respects.
Yes, rip.
F to pay respects for Hagbard's ding dong phone.
Yeah, or no,
was it a phone? Wait, what?
No, he bricked his desktop.
Oh, what? Your desktop?
Yes, it's dead. It's not going to be right again for a while. Luckily, I've got another one on the way. So.
Oh fuck me, that sucks, dude. I'm sorry.
Yep, yeah. I'll just cannibalize it and move on.
Yeah, I have to pay respects, guys. Oh, welcome to the YouTube Saints, HagbardCeline. What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot here. Just another beautiful day here in paradise, as I'm sure you know.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely. And that chat is really that chat's really it's true hand over heart shit. Look at that.
It's the struggle is real. People understand. People know.
Mm-hmm.
People know. Especially our audience. Our audience are some of the most compassionate people on the planet. It's true.
Well, yeah, they really are. It's almost frightening sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That's rare for YouTube.
Yeah, it really honestly is.
Well, I mean, we just clearly need to move over to Pornhub as soon as possible.
That's been the goal for a while. That really honestly has. Like, people love the idea of having a show on Pornhub, because then you don't have any restraints whatsoever. You can do anything the fuck you want on Pornhub.
You know, at the same time, too, though, I have to wonder if, like, Pornhub wouldn't be like, yeah, we love the idea of people coming to our website to watch anything.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys fucking? No.
I mean, we could.
Okay. I mean, content? I like content. We're not like YouTube. We actually like content here.
Yeah, well, what amazes me, I mean, does Pornhub have a streaming feature? Could you pull off a show like this on Pornhub?
I seem to remember that they do have something like that, but I don't know if you have to like pay to actually watch it or not. We might have to figure out some other way of pulling it off. I think that they have a streaming system.
It'd be nice though, you know. Honestly, like I really now I'm genuinely thinking we need to look into that more because it would be really nice too to know that like half of the audience who's watching like either just came or they're like, I can't wait for this to be over so I can watch this other recommended video. It's like you're watching YouTube, you're watching Pornhub Saints. Here you go. By the way, Debbie does 50 Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders at the same time. It's a new sequel. Oh yeah. I'm gonna totally open that in a new tab actually, and I'm gonna pretend I keep watching this. I think we got a bright future, dude. Some people see Hollywood, and some people like I could replace Letterman. We're just like, what if we were something people wanted to watch after they're done watching porn?
Hey, it's a niche market. Someone's got to fill it. My only curiosity would be whether or not it would necessitate a name change. Would you continue to call yourself the YouTube Saints, or would you become the Pornhub Saints?
Pornhub Saints.
Over there, yeah. We'd still be here. We're never abandoning this show.
We're technically the midweek Saints when we're over on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Wojcicki will have to personally come and carve us out like a tumor.
So you're already quite comfortable with your fluid identities then, so there's no hardship there.
Yeah. No.
Oh yeah.
Listen, I'm like digitally omnigender in this sense.
If there's one word that I'm very comfortable having attached to my name, it's fluid. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember back. I'm gonna get it. Like it's gonna get so old soon. But yeah, I just remember back in my day, gender fluid used to be something about a discussion about who slept in the wet spot.
Classic.
Been telling that one for years.
Sounds like something one of those drunk uncles would share. Yeah.
Well, we all had Thanksgiving recently, didn't we?
That's true. That's true.
It's like, all right, boy, we're gonna eat this. Then we're gonna eat this turkey your mom made, and then we're gonna drink this wild turkey I brought. All right, I'm gonna tell you about the world. Oh, gee, thanks, Uncle David. I'm like, 8 years old. I really need to know about the best way to eject a prostitute from my boarding house room. Oh.
Hey, we all have to learn.
Maybe we all have different Thanksgivings. I don't know.
Yeah, we've all got to learn, man. I mean, it's just some people learn younger than others.
So there's gotta be there is definitely, I've been looking at this like while we're talking at Pornhub, and like you can set yourself up and do streaming, but usually you're like doing sex shows, and then there's obviously the thing where like, hey, for a certain amount of money you could go to the private show, blah 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 blah. So I guess you could just do the show but not have like the private show and just hook up with like Streamlabs and like and do the same old thing. I just wonder if they would get pissed if we did that. That's what I'm curious about, because I think we could technically do it, no problem. I just don't know if they would be like, hey now, or if they'd be like, that's actually pretty funny, well done. Like, I don't know.
You know what else? You know what I'm going to say, though? I'm going to throw this gauntlet down. This is one of my conditions. If we do Pornhub Saints and we do a live show like we do here, the first guest has to be Mercedes Carrera.
Oh God,
because
I know.
She's been that dirty ass anarchist bitch been dodging me for fucking weeks now.
She was supposed to be on like a couple months ago.
Yeah, no, she was. She double booked and it didn't work out. But yeah, Mercedes is. Oh god, yeah, Pornhub Saint stream with Mercedes Carrera talking about the futility of hope or something.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. One of my earlier live streams, as silly as this sounds, was with Mercedes Carrera. It's one of the first live streams I ever did. She's a genius, first and foremost. Don't get anything fucked up. That woman is smart. Yeah. That woman can talk circles around almost anyone.
Agreed.
But the secret to getting her onto any live stream, you have to have a veteran.
Yep.
If you can get a U.S. Military veteran somewhere on your show and tell her that that's part of the bit, she'll be here.
Oh yeah, she will. Oh yeah, and I actually just noticed it's delayed, but I just noticed it's JT Yearsley just donated, and he's like, "Hey guys, I had this psychic intuition you were gonna have a stream with Mercedes at some point.
Yeah, dude. We know so many vets, so many vets.
And more than that too, it was funny though. Like when I stream with Mercedes, like the conversation I had with her was fucking brilliant. Like she is really just so fucking smart and so with it. Like it's good to talk to her, but it was funny because it was over Google Hangouts, and this was like one of my first streams, and I didn't know that if you clicked on someone's icon, that was just all the audience saw. Fortunately for me, it was just my fucked up face on one side that no one saw, and then just her sitting there on her couch with, her her girls on not full display, but it was, I was like, no, this is good YouTube right here. It's a gorgeous porn star with a decent conversation. So like some people are muting it and just watching, other people are just not looking at the screen and just listening. That's good radio.
Yeah. I remember I did the same thing because it was me and an Air Force vet that had just gotten out, and he's the one who'd asked her on the stream, and we just clicked on her and let her be the center icon. Because what do you want to do? Look at my icon, his ugly mug, or her? I mean, the options are pretty clear.
Yeah.
But no, it was funny when I first met her. I actually got on the stream. It was all arranged by my partner at the time, and I hop on, and I didn't even know who she was. I had no idea she was even a porn star. I don't really know porn stars' names. So then I'm the only one on the stream who isn't essentially goggling her through the internet. I'm just trying to have a conversation, and eventually she's like, "You've never seen my films, have you?" No, I haven't. I didn't even know you were a porn star till 10 minutes before we got on stream, ma'am. So
well, on the same note, actually, one thing I did want to point out. Now, for some reason, it was just because of good bands, and I'll say that. This woman I'm about to mention appreciates good bands. Now, I have invited Jenna Jameson onto YouTube Saints already. She follows me back on Twitter. I sent her DM, but she's a busy lady. Now, if you fucking maniacs there want to just tweet at Jenna to say, hey, you should really go on this show. It'll be fun. Come up with your own thing. You guys are creative. But if you want to see Jenna Jameson on YouTube Saints, go ahead and let her know to just tweet at me, and we'll get that sorted out. Because honestly, Mercedes is a genius. Jenna seems a little weird.
Yeah, she seems crazy.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Another Carrera, which is really interesting. There's another porn star, Asia Carrera, and she's retired. She's been retired for a while. Most people don't know this. That she actually is. She's a member of Mensa. And she's a fucking genius too.
I remember that too. Yeah. Asia Carrera is a badass. I mean, like, well, I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, well, when you consider, when you consider porn stars, like Mercedes left a career in optical engineering, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she's like, fuck all of this bureaucracy and noise. This is a lot more fun, and I enjoy it. And she went and did it and fucking made a banging career. Jenna Jameson came up as a porn star who turned into a fucking, like, a porn god. She like, her companies. She's basically like, no, I shouldn't make that comparison. No, she took over the industry. She became like a captain of the industry. Asia Carrera, a very similar thing. Beautiful, brilliant woman, and it's almost like she was just smart enough to realize, like, fuck it, that's a really easy road to money and accolades.
Another reason why she's super cool, back in 2004, she petitioned and won in Utah for her driver's license. I'm gonna put it up here on the screen. For her driver's license to be able to wear a colander as a hat, because she's not only part of Mensa, she's also a Pastafarian. Yeah,
that's right.
She's a hardcore atheist and a member of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Oh, my God, my heart's fluttering, Jeff. You need to stop with this now.
I know. She doesn't look very good in the photo. I'll put it that way. But you know, she was quite a hottie back in the day. She's a beautiful woman.
Now, so we've talked a whole load about our channel and porn stars now. So speaking about channels that get fucked, how you doing, Hagbard?
I'm doing pretty good. Another day, getting through it.
Have you been ground down by the demonetization bug?
I never made any money from monetization anyway, so it's made it a little bit less painful. The only thing that happened recently in regards to that is I woke up a couple days ago to discover that my PayPal was terminated, and I have absolutely no idea why. So, aside from that,
well, so your PayPal was just summarily terminated?
yes, with no information, no email, no. Luckily, I'd literally just emptied the fucker into my bank account. So when I went back and checked, they have seized my assets of $79.
But I mean, have you appealed this?
It happens. I discovered this. I discovered this Saturday afternoon. I haven't called him. I figured I'd call Monday.
Okay. Well, holy shit, that's fucked up, man. I mean, like, well, Patreon was doing their thing for a while, where they were just purging people they didn't like, yeah. But Jeff's just too busy looking at porn pictures now. I'm sorry.
No. I did because I wanted to bring up a picture of Asia Carrera, so I thought it was on a window that was not being displayed. So I typed in an image search for Asia Carrera. And it popped up, and I realized that it was up, and I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta go make sure none of those were naked, and I don't have to, like, scrub this feed. But no, we're good. We're fine.
Okay, cool.
Jeff just almost got both y'all thrown in jail. That's what that was. YouTube jail. Y'all about to got thrown in.
We're good, though. We're good, though. It didn't show any porn. There's no nudity.
All right. Well, that being the question, let's get back to this. I mean, because this is actually this is a fucked up matter. So your PayPal was just summarily terminated with no reason given.
Yeah, it literally just says you've been terminated. There's no appeals process. Everything's been seized for 180 days, in which case you can email us and release your funds to an authorized bank account.
Jesus Christ, dude, that's fucked. How much is
that? I'm not sure. 79 cents.
Oh, that's not okay.
Yeah, I just emptied it. Okay. Yeah, everything else is still sitting on Patreon, luckily.
Wow. That is utterly bizarre, though. I mean, so you've got a Patreon going, yeah? You haven't been terminated there?
No, luckily, no. Like I said, for all I know, it's a glitch on their part. For all I know, one of the things that apparently you're not supposed to do, or that will raise red flags on PayPal, which I didn't know, is receiving or transferring international funds. And I have several donators from around the world who I've processed funds through PayPal, and I've actually sent money in Canadian dollars. I just had no idea that this was a problem. They let you do it, like without telling you anything. So I don't know. I honestly have no idea.
Delay, dude. Homeland Security list. You're a goddamn terrorist.
Well, I did make the mistake, and only
look at that beard. You have a cartoon beard.
Look, about a year after I created this channel, I did discover that it is also the alias of a very well-known German hacker. So I do kind of wish I'd chosen a different alias at this point. Yeah, but aside from that, I really sincerely doubt that's the case. It's probably just some dumb glitch.
I'm sorry to hear that, bud. Yeah, and how's your channel been doing otherwise, though? What are you focusing on these days?
I pivoted. I mostly pivoted away from your average response videos or reading articles. I was doing that for a long time. I went into depth on Afrocentric thought. Mm-hmm. But that was partially on my own time, and it just kind of bled into my channel because the shit these people believe is amazing. Balls to the wall crazy, depending on the ones you find. The most sane ones are still completely beyond the normal madness that you'd expect to find in an individual. Just a normal person who's willing to come up and talk to you about this shit.
Melanin is a transmitter of intelligence from the sun.
Yeah, you absorb information through light beams. My favorite was the ones that said black people shouldn't be wearing shoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, and why is that?
The shoes that are made in modern times have rubber soles or otherwise synthetic soles. And these synthetic soled shoes stop you from making contact with the electromagnetism of the earth. It's one of the ways that the white man's cut the black man off from power.
Oh, I can see it now.
Yeah. Another one I found was the binary system belief. The belief that the sun is part of a binary star system that's coming together. And soon we'll have two suns. and the coming of these twin sun system is going to destroy the white man due to his pale skin, and only the black men can survive.
Right,
and that's what they're preparing, and that's what'll activate all the different skin magic.
That's when that's when Paul Joseph Watson's going to be, ha! You all laughed at me for never leaving my apartment, but now you know.
That's a pretty good.
The globalists have been sucking a different sun in from another galaxy.
I have to admit that's a good PJW.
I've been making fun of him for a while.
The one of my favorites.
You get good at a thing when you do it enough times.
One of my favorites from Hidden Colors 2 was you see these brothers walking around and they got the pants sagging and hanging down. What this is manipulation by the white man to make the brother more effeminate and thus turn him gay so we don't breed and we are eventually wiped out by our lack of breeding. The white man is making the black man gay. That one was weird.
No, I did a whole thing on that. Have you ever heard of a movie called Uncle Tom's Cabin? Or Goodbye Uncle Tom? Goodbye Uncle Tom, that's what it is. All the Afrocentrics love using clips from it.
I don't know if
it's an Italian movie that was shot in like fucking Haiti. And more than likely they committed some crimes while they were filming this, because it's like naked Haitian children getting into bathtubs and shit. It's fucked up. But it's supposedly based on real accounts from the South, yada, yada, yada. It's stuff like breeding farms where like a white guy just brings like a 12-year-old black girl to a stable of big Negroes and like passes her to this big retarded black dude to rape and have a child with. And like, and they use this, like, check it out. This is the real shit. This is what they won't tell you. This is the Italians had to make it. It was banned in America. I'm like, it's banned in America because it's got naked kids in it, my dude. It's not like, it wasn't like a deep reason. It's got fucking kids in it.
So I'm so happy I moved away from responses and shit like this.
Yes, me too.
So while these people, these obviously batshit crazy fucking people spend all of their time dreaming this shit up and producing it, it's an entire genre still of people who spend their time having to focus on it. That cannot be healthy.
It's not. No, I moved in the direction of looking into the comment sections and finding supporters for people like Tariq, Cynthia G. I'm sure these are some fairly common names in the community.
Yeah. Good old Sam.
Go look at Cynthia G's comment. She actually saw a comment I left on an AIU video and lost her goddamn mind on the live stream. That was cute. She's nuts. She's one of those that's like legitimately needs some fucking medication. Yeah. There's a wannabe hustler Tariq named Nazir Ra. He sells gold water and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He's something else.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Nazir Ra.
Yeah, and all these guys have these different principles, but I'm actually a huge fan of Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh.
I assume that when you say the word principles, you use quote fingers.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
My favorite one is still Yada. I absolutely love Yada. He's incredible.
Have you seen the guy that goes around dressed like an Egyptian with a braid on the side of his head? He hangs out with the Cyanetta crew for a while until they found out he's like an ex-crackhead convict. Fucking, he literally looks like a character that would have been on a sketch somewhere. And he just walks around like this all day, asking people about their African roots. Like, yo, you don't know nothing about the magic of the pyramids, my man. You're like, yeah, no, I don't. No, you're right. I for sure don't. You've got me there.
I can't say I'm well woke in that regard, my dude. Thank you.
Okay,
dude, Yada. Oh, please.
No, I was gonna say we've been spending a decent amount of time here talking about what are really ultimately boils down to terrible YouTube channels.
Yes. Shall
we move on to a blossoming one which is perhaps undersubscribed, one which is showing great promise, so long as he's provided the motivation to continue making videos.
You gotta send Hagbard the My Circle link.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right, fine.
Hagbard,
it's in our own chat there, but yeah, this is our My Circle link. You're gonna wanna
and I'm gonna catch up on super chats while you're getting ready.
Yep, you go and check that out. Like, you go to that. That's where we watch videos together. I would have gone over this in the pre-show, but we didn't have a pre-show because, you know, you were busy with this whole meat world, like, biomass.
I know, it's fucked up.
Weird.
How do you, like, you know, it's like the same chemicals.
Page of Veal says, my birthday is this Thursday. Wish I could celebrate with you beautiful bastards. Thank you in advance. Aww. One of these days, Paige, we will hang out. It will be great. Dangerous Being says, in his yearly speech to Bromunist Party, Broseph Stalin claimed that the grain shortage was intentional because carbs kill gains. Nice. Liz says, Liz Reptile says, please let people know that a friend of our community and fellow YouTuber named Darkart passed away. Darkart passed away? Passed away a week and a day ago via cancer. I'm making a memorial video for him. He will be missed. Not Darkart, dude. Oh, man. I love Darkart. He was such a sweetheart.
I never met him myself, didn't.
He was a really good guy. Darkart was a really, really good guy. I didn't even know he had cancer. I feel like such an asshole now. Hey guys, let's see some F's in the chat. Pay some respects to Darkart, whether you knew him or not. He was a good guy, and he was a buddy of mine.
And
he's up for Darkart.
And a true moon Jew.
He was. Tidy Cats, if you move to Pornhub, you will probably be the highest rated male cam models on the site. Maybe. Jables Boogly, oh, you guys could fill that market right up. Hey. Maya Skill, I see you struggling not making that D joke, Nick. Well, we'll make even more D jokes soon. Rhino says Miss Universe pageant ignores Kekistan yet again. I noticed that. That's fucked up. It's more oppression by the normies.
It's just, it's almost like, it's like, since when was green skin not sexy?
Hey, green is beautiful.
We all used to watch, you know, our parents used to watch Star Trek, and we saw, you know, oh, green woman. Yeah.
Yeah? Edward Thibodeau says, so you're suggesting we start getting off before getting into the comment section then? It could work. Yeah, before you write a really shitty comment on YouTube, spank one out real quick. Girls, Jill one off really fast, and then leave a much better comment. JT Yearsley?
Yeah, before you go and punch that, ladies, before you go and punch those words out on that keyboard, click that mouse button a few times. That's all I'm saying.
JT Yearsley, I am not compassionate, you fucking faggot. Oh, well, you are the most compassionate man. And he is honestly the man. I mean, I'm pretty sure like he like gave his entire paycheck over to like an orphanage or something. I heard that. He did.
Yeah, I heard that.
The Bitching Witch says, I've thought about what the Pornhub Saints format could be like way too often. I bet you have.
I know you have.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always say, we got the best fans, and there's this like whole sort of like pantheon. It's like a series of paint swatches for all the different shades of awesome. The people who give us money and comment can be.
All right, you got that? You got that open there, Hagbard?
I believe so. Yes.
All right, sweet.
Should I be looking at something that says "What makes you awesome"?
Yes.
VidCon 2017 is cereal or soup. Good. Yes. Excellent.
All right, Nick, introduce him.
All right, so this is this week's undersubbed because, well, he's just undersubbed. This is Vox Providence. Now, if you guys enjoyed any of the VidCon shit that went on, earlier in the year, you loved the photos, all the banner photos that people had. Basically any bit of really, really, really good media or photo that came out of that convention on our side of things came from this guy, Vox Providence. And he's actually spent all the time from then till now building up this wonderful, like, little documentary that he's putting together. This is something that is, like, color corrected and well edited. And it's actually this is unlike any of the shit most of us put out. But
this is a legitimately well put together video.
He takes his photography and his videography insanely seriously, and it pays off in the final result, as we'll see here.
And we're featuring him, one, because we love this video, and two, because we're hoping if more people know about him, he'll make more videos.
That's the idea.
All right, let's do this.
Personally, it felt as if the entire thing was just one meetup after another, filled with periodic breaks to attend a local hotel bar. Chris Reagan, armored skeptic, shoe on head, and some black guy were the first to arrive on what was ultimately just testing the waters for what was to come. It didn't take long for them to be completely surrounded by fans, which I found to be equal parts spooky and fantastic. I can't imagine what was going through their minds. Eventually, ContraPoints and some other folks who I'm not familiar with showed up. There was a buzz about leaving the landmark to procure some foodstuffs from a local restaurant. My time was short, so I acted quickly, and did what any sensible individual in my position would do if they were loaded with too much gear and too little talent, while being surrounded with creators they admire. I asked the eternal question, are traps gay?
You want to record that? Yeah. Are traps gay? I'm gonna lean yes.
All right. Second question for you.
Right.
Are fudas gay?
Food? Yes. Technically, but we don't treat them like that.
Not if it's a feminine penis. If it's a feminine penis.
Yeah, that. Are traps gay? I'm gonna have to say, like trap music, it's very gay. Yeah. I mean, kind of. I mean.
Just the quality of this video is absolutely incredible. Absolutely
it basically incredible. Well, here's the funniest thing. Like he was, and I remember him being around there, and the man was he was wonderful. He comes up and he's like, "Here, have a medical rollie and shit. Like here, have just whatever you need." And it's like, then he goes and makes a video, and honestly, his like video production quality is probably better than all of the people who he showed up there and was admiring. And we're like. And he's hanging out for so long. It's like, dude, stop asking. Like, stop referring to me as anything. You know me. We're friends now.
What's going
Let's
on,
hang
man?
out. Let's get high. And
oh god.
And see his editing skills. Oh, here's you. Oh,
Yeah.
look at you.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I have an awesome look on my face.
Envious of this.
And I guess by technicality, cereal is probably a soup, but it's like a very dysfunctional soup. It's supposed to be warm. It's supposed to be hot. If you try and heat up your cereal, it's going to get curled. It's going to get fucked up. It's dysfunctional soup. Or hot dog sandwiches. Oh, hot dogs are hot dogs. I mean, if a hot dog is put between two pieces of bread, then it's a fucked up dysfunctional sandwich. But hot dogs are sandwiches. That's not even the right question. The right question is, if it was, would it stop you?
And I just want to say that one of the things that I love about this video so much is I have never looked so fucking good in my life. I thank you, dude. Thank you for making me actually look like a human being, you know? And then he even captured like some footage of us when we were doing YouTube Saints from VidCon and shit.
The bulk of the shenanigans went unrecorded on my part.
Yeah, we dragged
My
him
hair
in
was
with
so
us.
short.
I was.
Oh,
really was.
that was a fun. No, that was a hilarious thing. He asked if he could if he had permission to come up there and film, and I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why I fucking told you to follow. Get the fuck up here. You're with us.
He's a sweet guy. Super sweet guy.
Yeah, and for everyone filming footage there, for everyone who was like filming constantly and all this shit, his was ultimately the best shit to come out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I honestly at this point, like, I mean, I'm gonna find out if he's not coming to Kilroy, we're gonna bring him.
We're gonna kidnap him.
To Kilroy.
And this just makes makes me miss hanging out with Dieter and Adam from Your Movie Sucks so much more now. God damn it, that was so fun.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not Jared. That's Adam from Your Movie Sucks is sitting next to me. And then there's Dieter Locum. And
this was in California.
Yeah, it was badass, dude. That was a good time. It was a really good time.
Oh, I'm glad we got to reminisce here.
Go check out Vox Providence because hopefully that'll mean he'll make more videos because his videos are beautiful and he's a really sweet, super smart, awesome guy. Great dude.
Yeah, probably one of the most I'm gonna say talented and dedicated photographer videographers I've met in a freelance capacity. Like he had no reason, he wasn't getting paid or anything. But this guy, while everybody else was like bitching if they had to carry a backpack or their arm was getting tired because of their selfie stick, this guy had like what was probably about a 12 or 13 pound monopod tripod selfie stick that he
dude,
just
that thing
carried.
was crazy. That array.
Yeah, it was like a solid steel wizard staff that he was just carrying around with like the camera balanced on top, and it's just so heavy it stays put. And he's just carrying it around like, whoa, okay, you give a shit.
All right,
That's refreshing.
Go check out Vox Providence. We've been sucking his dick. I actually want to suck your dick a little bit, HagbardCeline. I gotta say, so I have been watching your stuff off and on for quite a bit, but I went back and I revisited a lot of your stuff too, and I have to say, you have some incredible stories, and you have a really good way of telling a story too. Your the recent one of your stint where you had some experience with Casey Anthony, that video had me laughing my fucking dick off, dude.
Yeah. Oh God. And the truth of the matter is, even that story is probably edited for time.
Yeah.
Because the recovery from that lasted something like 3 weeks of just sitting in and I'm not exaggerating, the medical isolation cells of the jail I was in are glass boxes, just glass boxes with a bed in the corner and a toilet on the other side of the room, and people standing outside the entire time observing you. And it was like 2 months of my life.
Oh,
and
wow.
I remember sitting there thinking, oh, I'm in a zoo. Excellent. I'm actually in a fucking zoo. This is like, I was reading something by Vonnegut, and I don't remember what. It probably was Slaughterhouse-Five, where he ends up in that alien human zoo. And it's nothing but it's nothing but little hand aliens. I'm pretty sure that's what I was experiencing at the time. Yeah, you got a Vonnegut tattoo?
Oh yeah, no, I got it thinking when I was like 26. I'm like, yeah, so it goes. It's a great tattoo.
Yeah,
I met like 3 or 4 people with the same one in different spots. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just get Don't Panic and think I'm original.
Yeah, that's what you should do. Just get a Don't Panic with the little green guy, the ball guy with the arms. Yeah. That'll be it. You'll nail it. No, I can't say anything. I'm covered in unoriginal tattoos, so I'm not gonna be the one to start making fun of someone else's.
Well, it's the kind of thing though. Well, it's the kind of thing I remember. I was like 15 or so years ago. I heard it first mentioned. Like, yeah, think about this. In like 40 years or so, we're gonna have 80-year-old women who are just covered in tattoos and piercings.
Yep. Yeah. I have a joke about I already got a fence done. So that, it's going to turn into a chain link fence after 20 years. Well, I've already got a chain link fence. So what's it going to turn into? That's the question. Now, that's true science. I'm doing the work of the Lord here.
Damn right. Damn right. Holy shit.
Before we go into that, if any of you guys haven't yet already, go check out Hagbard's channel. I mean, I don't even watch much YouTube these days. Not as much as I used to, but I'll still go check out Hagbard's videos because it's like, all right, this is going to be a take I'm not expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be, the standard boring sort of like, hi guys, here's my avatar, and here's like this dumb video I decided to respond to. You're such a faggot.
Yeah, I jokingly say I grew out of that. Basically, it was to work on editing skills I hadn't worked on in 10 years, on editing platforms I hadn't worked on in 10 years. But after I got that down, I rapidly grew old, and I do make it a point. Like, even if I see something I want to do a response to or I want to have a conversation about, if I go to my subscriptions and I see that there is even one other person that's covered the topic, I try and avoid it like the plague. I try to desperately get the fuck away from anything that's a trending topic.
You're on a good path, my friend. Because here's one thing I've noticed,
or find a really interesting take on it that other people aren't doing. Like that. Yeah. That's acceptable.
That's what I've noticed. Like what I've noticed. Like audiences. Like anybody can like build a big old fucking YouTube audience by having a couple videos that like catch a whole bunch of attention. But if you want to build an audience that is worth a shit, like people who both either think that you're full of shit but want to let you know why, or believe that what you're saying is true,
a lot of that,
and want to reinforce that, like people who are like invested in the discussions that you're trying to have, you don't build that by just as soon as something happens rushing out and offering your opinion about it. It's more about like, I have it, here's my take that I've spent a lot of time thinking about, probably too much. So you go ahead and tell me why I'm full of shit.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. You don't get a lot of that all the time on YouTube. Often you get a lot of overwhelming support. At least that's what my channel's been. And the few times that I get resistance, it's the kind of resistance that I tend to ignore. If you're speaking to me on a video that I literally shit posted about why Muslims don't eat pork, and that's what I was doing. I literally just went through a video and made fun of the idea that Muslims don't eat pork for actual scientific reasons instead of just because their sky daddy told them not to.
Yeah.
And I get it, the level of incoherent, partially English comments I get on that video at this point. And it's my most viewed video. It has 100,000 fucking views. And it's nothing but angry Islamists just shrieking in broken English. Fuck you, you faggot, eat pork, eat ass. You eat my ass, faggot. Like, okay, sir. I didn't nearly put that much energy into this. The fact
I didn't know your ass was made of pork, sir.
Yeah, well, again, my favorite thing is the reason Muslims can't eat pork is because there's a hadith that says that once you fucked an animal, if you fuck it, you have to kill it and serve it to another tribe. And Muhammad had a thing for pigs. So they can never trust another pig from now on. They just have to sell it to other tribes. And that comment alone has gotten me a number of hate mail that is just astronomical. If I find you, I'll cut your head off and burn your family. I'm like, okay. I believe from your email address and shit, you're in Pakistan, so I'm not particularly concerned with your threats, but okay.
Like, if you can afford airline, like any airline tickets you can afford probably won't get you across the Pacific. So
yeah, exactly. I'm not particularly concerned about it, but the truth of the matter is it's. I grew up in a very religious area. I messed with Christians growing up my whole life. I had a lot of Christian friends that knew that I was that guy. And most of them were fairly patient about it. Only had one bad church experience where they tried to crucify me, but it was a youth club and a bunch of guys are going to be a bunch of guys. I understand how this goes.
Boys will be boys. What's the crucifixions between friends?
They used rope. I can give them that. They used rope. They just tried to tie me. They weren't trying to nail my hand to the big cross outside the church. That might have been a bit extreme. In their defense, I was doing the worst thing. My cousin and I were sitting in the back of a youth class telling everyone why parts of the things that were being said were wrong. And we'd actually garnished about 20% of the class sitting closer to us, listening to me and my cousin talk shit. So one day after a retreat, they decided that we needed to go. And I decided that they were probably right after that mutual exchange. But that's the worst I've had. I'll tell you, just the little mosque around here, just where I live here, the mosque can't have but 90 people in it. Man, if you go talk to them and say anything negative, the response you get is phenomenal. It is just over the top, and I can't understand it. The Catholic Church is right there. I can go call a priest a pedophile, and he'll ask me politely to leave his church. It's unlikely the parishioners are going to stand up and threaten me with violence.
Yeah, but if you go into the mosque and tell the imam there that like the reason he doesn't eat pork is because his ancestors fucked pigs, he gets weirdly offended.
Yeah, it gets weird all of a sudden. I don't know what his problem is.
Well, you know what though? Here's a fun thing because we do have a format, Hagbard. It's not all just like the Hagbard show when he decides to show up. You know, gotta feed your family and shit. Ugh, what is that?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but actually, this is a perfect pivot point though because we can actually move from like one kind of frightening cultish phenomenon onto another, and that is our oversubbed of the week.
Oh boy. All right.
Now in this, like, you know what, we could look at radical Islam, we can look at the Catholic Church, we can look at religious fundamentalists, all we like. But if you want to see what like the true bottom of the barrel fundamentalism looks like, well, let me know when you're ready, Jeff.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okay, good, because there's no better place to look than our good friends PETA. So here,
as a singer,
this is our oversubbed of the week. PETA has a YouTube channel, far too many subscribers, if they're not just getting trolled the whole time. But here we have actually this video we're gonna present to you now. This is the lead singer of The Darkness. You remember that band with that one song that you really got tired of real quick? Yeah, well, he has a vegan wife who apparently kind of showed him the light. So let's see what PETA thinks is good PR in between putting out like videos of drowned bagged chickens and donkeys getting hit in the head with sledgehammers.
So you found a video that combines two of the worst things: the lead singer of The Darkness and PETA. Fuck.
I'm really good at what I do.
Here we go.
I'm really good at what I do.
I found that I produce more mucus when I have milk, so I've been on soya milk since the beginning of time. Really.
Did you find that?
When I drank milk, I met and married
the most basic fact, really. Most basic fact about your voice.
It's weird how Russell Brand's emaciated second cousin.
I was just about to fucking say that. God damn it. Hang on. Russell Brand, African child. Hang on. Like he
gotta do something.
Yeah, dude. Fucking here. Oh my god. All right. This is fucking amazing. He looks just like Russell Brand from African Child. That's incredible. What the fuck? Fucking wanker. Oh my god. Have you been fucking hanging out with the fucking gurus and shit? Are you close friends with Steven Seagal?
Oh, listen, hang on. Listen.
Are you visiting the ashram lately? You
Why
fucking
are you
mook?
You're underwriting his story, man. Honestly, the fact is like he's got a very Steve Shive-esque story. Let's find out why this rocker musician became such a pussbag.
And she has been educating me as to the injustices, and we have an entirely vegan family now. I'd imagine musicians do
Sick
it.
kids,
because
love them.
You end up with a physique that's chiseled and impressive, with very minimal actual effort. You know?
So like, what little muscle carries like his body and shit around and lets him occasionally maybe lift his school bag is not compromised by any protein, fats, or anything.
You know,
like, it's nothing but bones and sinew, which, as far as I'm concerned, as a sensitive indie rocker with a vegan wife, is the definition of a healthy body.
Vengeance says Russell Brand had a kid with Chad Kroger.
Oh! Oh! Savage! I love it.
So by this definition, can we argue at very least that the most chiseled people on the planet were concentration camp survivors? They were fucking chiseled, dude.
Auschwitz gains, man! Have you not heard of them?
You know what we need for a lead singer? We need one of them Auschwitz kids, you know? They're just so ripped.
So have you seen one? Can we get one that is in black? Because the only ones we see we seem to be able to find these days who are that skinny or from like Somalia or something, and that's like really disturbing. And they can't sing.
I had my eye on this kid from Nigeria, but his stomach was all bloated and shit. It was totally gross.
It's the weirdest thing. Like this fucking Sudanese kid came through, and he had a bit of body fat on him, right? But I was thinking, like, well, I was raised Catholic. How am I supposed to resist this? And
oh my god, dude! Oh my god! All right, okay.
So
all right.
Some more.
It's spicy.
You know, needed. I put in effort as well, so I get double chiseled.
You put in effort as
well. Good for your voice. But then
why not show him?
Why couldn't you put that effort in your fucking writing of your lyrics, you cunt?
But why not show if he's chiseled? Why cut to a statue? Why not?
No, that's why his band. That's why his band was just overproduced garbage that was no fun. But he thinks he's a serious musician. It's because he was too busy focusing on cutting protein out of his diet to focus on how to write a decent song.
Amazing.
We all know one song from his band, and I'm sure it was written by the producer. Can you think of another hit they had?
No.
Or is he just a skinny bitch who shits liquid now?
I want to take out my nose ring now just because of this guy. God damn it.
Good for your circulation, good for your skin, good for your eyes, good for your nails, good for your teeth, good for your hair. It's probably good for your nose. It's good for everything.
Is he talking about cum?
Right?
I mean, nut milk, you know.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about this vegan diet, but he's like, it's good for everything. I think, I think it's good for your skin and your muscles and your bones and your feet and your hands and your neck and maybe your nose. I don't know. Maybe not your nose.
Fuck.
Oh, Really.
Brilliant
But
documentary movies that have been...
This is a video for PETA. Yeah?
Yeah.
These are the people who wanted to rebrand tuna as sea kittens in the hopes that you want a tuna sandwich.
Shit.
Yeah. It's like, Mom raised you with tuna melt. It's like, hey, Ma, can I get a sea kitten melt?
Jesus.
Fuck it, make it a regular kitten melt. I'm hungry.
Eye-openers. A lot of my friends who have become vegan have done so having seen something that's upset them. The unsustainability and the wastefulness of that industry. There's a multi-pronged attack to be had, isn't there? I do like it when you see like a newborn lamb scampering along.
Oh, get fucked! Get fucked!
What kind of enjoyment do you get out of that one?
I do quite like
seeing stop
scampering along, you know. Fuck you!
Scampering along, and it's the weirdest thing. It kind of reminds me of my wife. I don't know why. Maybe because it's weak and it doesn't have much protein in its body yet.
I quite like enjoying watching things that everybody on the planet finds adorable too, but that makes me unique and individual, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, when I take my vacations in the country, right? Like I sometimes like to look out at the flock of sheep. And you know, everyone loves that when you look out at your own flock of sheep from your own summer home, right?
Right.
Everyone loves that from that one song you had. And then I go back to the city and I see all of these carnivores wandering around London, working in investment banking, because I live right next to to Downing Street. So, you know, it's like anybody else. You know, it's to see these poor people wandering around. They have to work jobs to finance and such, and they look like lambs to the slaughter. Then I look at my lambs in my own pastures, and I say, I'm glad I don't eat meat, and I just fuck those things. What?
I just know that there's...
Anyone else here familiar with the IT crowd?
Oh, yeah.
He sounds like Noel Fielding, the fucking goth character. In the...
Yes, he does.
He does. He sounds exactly... I was looking away for a second, and I just went, holy shit, it's Noel. And it's so close.
It really is. That's fucking crazy.
There's horror awaiting them. They're not going to be passing silently in their sleep on a Tuesday afternoon surrounded by family.
Ugh.
There's a lot of substitutes that do simulate meat, but there's also some brilliant vegetables that Mother Nature has invented. So I don't think there's any excuses, really. It's not that challenging. It's not that difficult. There's going to come a time when everybody has to be vegan.
He's a fucking horror show, honestly, because here's the thing. All of those wonderful vehicles that Mother Nature invented, yeah? You know what those things are? Those are birthing vessels, my friend. Those carry seeds. Those aren't meant for you to stuff into your fucking voracious gullet.
Right.
No, least of all the root vegetables.
Yeah, they're supposed to be in the ground, and yet you root them up and pull them from their homes, pull them from the futures that could be brilliant, in which they could have plenty of other root vegetables spawn from them.
And how is the argument? How's the argument that these are pulled from Mother Nature and the animals aren't? I'm trying to understand that.
It doesn't
really
am. It doesn't really make a lot. Because a lot of this is basically it's a huge emotional circle jerk. The thing is, like, I understand where vegans are coming from. I really honestly do. And I'm probably more sympathetic to vegans than most people would assume. I'm actually very sympathetic to vegans. I totally am. Factory farming is actually pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. But the thing is, here's the problem. This is the big problem. Big problem is that vegans want to arbitrarily demand that people have to change the way that they eat. Well, we can't feed everybody on the planet right now as it is. That's something that we need to take care of. Now, I tell you what, as we get better about like ways that we can craft and manufacture food, if they made today analogs that tasted actually like meat, that actually tasted like fucking meat and simulated the meat experience, I would go vegan just because I do think factory farming is fucked up. But right now, vegan food tastes like dog shit. It tastes fucking awful.
I'll say this much. Having lived with a vegetarian for nearly a year. Yeah. A well-made black bean burger.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
No, no, more than that. With the right spices and the right shit going into it, it's fucking tasty. I'm not giving up beef. It's not fucking happening.
Sure.
But I mean, even with vegans, like, this is the difference I find. Like, I'm perfectly okay with anybody who makes any dietary choice they want. Like, I don't give a shit what diet you want. And if I gotta cook for you, and I want to, I'll figure out a way to do it. Because like, it's like, all right, cool, that's a challenge. But when it comes to this thing about like, it's this plying celebrity status from, well, I mean, can we call them celebrities at this point? I mean, this guy's like, I mean, this band's Kathy Griffin level, almost. What? Oh yeah, all right.
Pretty much.
But even still, if you go and look at PETA's channel, they're constantly trying to apply celebrity fucking moral like baggage against you. And the flat fact is that if you want to convince people that eating meat is not a good idea, right? And you can't do it on a medical level because eating meat is healthy. It is. It is.
To a certain extent.
Eating anything to a certain extent. Yeah, no, yeah. But cooked fat protein is good for the brain, good for the body. It's good. But all that, okay, even if you don't dig that, this is not the way to go about it. Giving us washed up has-beens from about 10 years ago who had one hit song, trying to convince us that because they have such a good relationship with their wife, that we should forego the bacon cheeseburgers that we innately desire. No, convince me not to eat the bacon cheeseburger simply because that bacon cheeseburger will kill me. It won't work, but I'll give you better credit for your effort.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, dude, I
well,
don't know.
I mean, this is the same company that was promoting some chicken in California that was used for cockfighting. It had had its fucking head kicked in, and both of its legs didn't work, and they bought it a wheelchair from fucking Australia, and were pushing it. I fucking shit you not. And when I laughed at this, there were people who reacted like, what? It deserves life too. It's happy. Listen, I've worked with chickens for years of my life. I've worked on farms that have chickens. That's not a happy chicken. Right. That chicken wants to fucking die. That chicken desires death in the only way a chicken can. It doesn't. This is not a quality of life for that chicken. It's stuck suspended in a baby strap in a fucking PVC pipe wheelchair, and they stick little cups of seed in front of it so it can peck away. That chicken wants death. I would want death.
Yeah,
well, you know,
it's
that
rough
being
shit,
the case,
dude.
though. I'm gonna do my whole format master transition thing here again,
which
though,
means
because
we're gonna do the super chats.
I'm gonna go with the super chats.
Cool.
And then
the format must be satisfied. The format is a hungry beast. A hungry beast.
It really is.
Gemini says
your shekels.
Gemini says this is the cringiest stream ever. That's not true. You're not on it, buddy. Jables Boogly.
Yeah.
Hagbard.
We'll get some of you and your buddies in here, and then we can see how many animal avatars we can fit into one feckless stream about how some dumb SJW made a video that you got butthurt about. Yeah.
I actually do like Gemini. Out of all that crowd, Gemini's pretty chill, actually.
Oh, I know, but he's gonna throw money at me and then throw shade at the same time.
Hey, it's twice. It feels like I need to slap him in the face while I'm jerking him off. You know.
I know, it's all love. Here's the thing, man. Meet us up on Pornhub, Saints, and then I want you to beat off to because we're actually gonna have really great porn gifts whenever anyone gives us money.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah. It's not even Mercedes shit. It's gonna be
eruptions everywhere.
It's gonna be like ultimate surrender shit. It's gonna be like that like after the wrestling match when it's just raw. We're gonna have some of that thing.
I need to animate it so instead of an ejaculate, it's ejaculating 3D format, text. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, it's all right, everybody. Big donation came in. Put your 3D glasses on. Oh, it's cum on your face. Oh god.
Jables Boogly, Hagbard, I almost shot beer out of my nose with that concentration camp joke. That was really fucking good. Erudite Fuzz, double chiseled. Was that an ad for PETA or a gay parody of Spinal Tap? Nicely done, nicely done. Liz Reptile, thank you all for the well wishes. OBS, what you said about Darkart's passing, it'll be in the memorial video. I was with him when he died. He did not go alone. I'm glad he had friends in the end. That's really sweet of you, Liz. Thank you. Appreciate you. JT Earsley, the night has come. I must go. My people need me. Good night, JT. Shane Frost, PETA, people eating tasty animals. And then over on Streamlabs, we got... Reloading takes a minute. I don't know what I'm doing.
Real quick, last minute super chat from Brockus. Here's some money for the gods of hair. I've missed the last couple of Saints episodes. Glad I'm here tonight. Love you, Jeff and Nick. Shadowly, my dudes. And the Zatron comes in. Gadewich eaten in the world. Alwakar abnerak fi eterakab. Nope. 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 Not even gonna attempt it.
Let's go to Google Translate. Google Translate. Okay, let's see. Let's see if you can identify my native language. I speak Welsh. Good luck trying to read this. From Welsh detected. Bam! Nailed it. Got it. Thank you, technology. Let's see, we got Sergeant Buck, glasses up to Darkart. That's true. Rest in peace, Darkart. Edward Thibodeau. Jeff, how do you put your dick back on after laughing it off? Lots and lots of tape. Lots and lots of electrical tape. Ideological limbo. Blessings, good sir. Hashtag praise the format. Hashtag praise you, buddy. Pete again says, I'm so jelly of those ripped Ethiopians. Hashtag dieting for animals. And last but not least, Sergeant Buck says, the meat experience sounds like a week-long convention dedicated to Guy Fieri. Ooh. Ooh. Or the meat experience is our all-male, all-hardcore, and all-rigid Pornhub Saints episode, which will be coming soon. Coming soon! Hey!
Hey, Warski's looking at you.
Yeah. Okay, so, anyway... let's go on to our cringe of the week, our last and final segment of the show, guys. So for this one, we've got, and actually, I'm gonna share screens with you guys. Just you won't be able to hear the videos that we play. You'll be able to see them. So let me just do this. I'm gonna share my.
Hagbard, are you hitting a bong right now?
No, there's no way.
No way. No way. Of course not. All right. So for our cringe of the week, we have our Black Friday fights.
Yep. So here we go. It's the classic joke you hear it every year. It is so funny that the day after we are forced to give thanks for that which we have, that which we go out to spend, that which we do not have, yeah, we don't need. And in this case, we got one shot in a Missouri brawl. No, we got one shot in Missouri. The brawl shuts down an Alabama mall,
and more.
Oh, and more, so much more. But the cringe of the week this week is just Black Friday. If you can't find that cringy, all right, then you are just that guy T, and then you're someone else otherwise.
This is just an expression of anarcho-capitalism at work. You guys just don't understand capitalism.
This is what the free market is, because honestly, those who didn't survive Black Friday.
This is the free market of bullets.
This is honestly like free market Darwinianism here. It's like, well, listen, they couldn't get the TV they wanted and survive. Therefore, they did not need to be in the society we live in.
Let's see. We got, well, there's no video of the shooting, but let's see. One shot at Missouri Mall. KMIZ TV reports one person shot outside a Missouri Collegetown Mall on Thursday night when stores opened for Black Friday deals. An unidentified 19-year-old suffered life-threatening injuries in the parking lot shooting at the Columbia Mall. A suspected possible motive have not been identified. It's just kind of like a drive-by capping, like, try and get your TV now, bitch! So, you know.
Yeah, they were probably hoping they'd drop like an Xbox One, because they weren't, you know, smart enough to know that Xbox One is garbage.
I guess the motive isn't clear enough in this case that it was motivated by Black Friday rage.
No, but it still happened on Black Friday, and it's a wonderful thing that it brings all of the best of us out, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. A mall in Alabama shut down early on Thursday after a brawl broke out during early Black Friday shopping. Hoover police and firefighters responded to the River Chase Galleria after 11 p.m. We got a video here. Let's see what this is. It's a family event. It's a family event. I'm just gonna go down to the mall, take the kids. We're gonna go try and get ourselves a nice pressure cooker or something. Wow.
Yeah, and then we're gonna stuff it with explosives and hope that we kill enough people so that we can get that Samsung Smart TV. Oh my God, I've been looking at that thing for months.
Fighting over a toy car. This is a good one.
Uh-huh.
Really
Stop, let go.
Holy shit, everybody's got their phones out.
This is what we're driven to, though. Here's the thing. It's easy. Here's the thing, though. It's so easy. It's so easy, and it's almost difficult not to.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the people who are participating in this activity. Look at the people who are doing this, right?
Mm.
But then you come to realize, like, well, yeah, they're retarded. They're morons. There's maybe no saving them at all. But, like, they've had it drilled into their heads that this shit is that important.
Yeah.
Like, you need that crap you found at Walmart. You need that crap you found at fucking Circuit City or whatever. Holy shit, really? Like, you need to go and fight strangers over garbage that you didn't have before and you were fine without. And now you're going to go and fight them over this garbage because you can get 40 or 50% off.
Like that one guy was saying, like, a 2-year-old model of a TV or the low memory versions of the latest gaming consoles. Yeah, it's bullshit. According to the Daily Mail, some people have attempted to skip lines at Walmart and Best Buy by wearing employee vests, either obtained from past employment or through social media users selling them online.
Oh, the number of people I used to know that used to go Black Friday shopping just to flip it on eBay the next morning was pretty high.
Oh, sure.
And they'd buy 5, 6, 7 of them.
I can almost respect that. That's a hustle. That's like, shit, I know what I'm gonna get. Dude, I'm not, fuck it. Yeah.
Hey, from at overly liked. I'm selling this Walmart vest for $100. Use it to skip the line during Black Friday. You can even walk in, grab what you want, and walk out. Nice, dude. Nice.
Slick.
Well, you're famous now.
What's the name? What's the name?
At overly liked.
Once again?
At overly liked.
I think a third time might be helpful. We're slower this time.
At overly liked. I mean,
yeah, by no means, like, let him know that he's contributing to the downfall of our fucking culture.
It was retweeted over 31,000 times and liked over 80,000 times.
Oh, I'm sure he's gonna get way more famous than that.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Good shit.
So
man.
so this has been your cringe of the week. Black Friday shopping, it's not some shit on YouTube, it's not some dumb shit you saw on the internet. No, it's just the culture that we live in now. So with that, I don't know, Jeff, I mean, if you got anything more.
Let me look real quick. We're good on Super Chats. We're all caught up with that. Let me make sure we're caught up on our Streamlabs. Yeah, we're all caught up. We're all caught up. Good. Sweet.
Well, that being the case, yeah, we're going to leave you on this note that our society is ultimately doomed because the consumerist culture, which ultimately did actually allow us to, propel ourselves to this level of comfort and excess that we have, has ultimately proven that it may actually be our demise. But that being the case, I have been Wizard of Cost. This is Jeff Holiday. We have had HagbardCeline as our guest. Go and check out his channel. Link is in the description. As well, if you enjoyed the music, which came at the beginning of this, that crazy Gypsy Punk shit, and I can promise you there's way more in there than where that came from.
Oh,
go and check out the links. Just in general, go check out the description below. But short of that, we've been your YouTube saints.
We got to shout out Vox Providence, too. Go show some love for Vox Providence so he'll make more videos. One more time, hit F's pinkies up for Darkart. Rest in peace, buddy.
Also, yeah, hit F. Honestly, respect for Darkart. Also, give us press G because to pay respects for Hagbard's dead computer.
PayPal. Oh, and it's computer and it's PayPal. Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, no, Hagbard's had a bad week, so you know what? Just there are some good thoughts their way. F's and G's all the way through. We've been your YouTube saints. Go and check out our friends HagbardCeline. Go check out Vox Providence. Jump onto Twitter and let PETA know that they're not good at anything. And definitely go and go and check out our friends, Bella's Bartok.
Bella's Bartok, yeah, for sure. And that's gonna be it. We're good. We're good. Hey, do you have any wise words of wisdom for us before we part, Hagbard?
No, I'd like to thank you guys for having me on, and this was quite fun.
Sweet. We'll have you on again, man. Thank you ever so much. Good night, you guys. See you on Thursday for Midweek Saints on Twitch, and of course, we'll be here next week, as we are every week, Sunday night, YouTube Saints. Good night, everybody. We love you.
you.